Hello. I hope you and yours are well and healthy. I know of a couple of COVID cases among you, but none serious of which I'm aware. Please continue to be vigilant, as all reports indicate that case numbers are rising. In ancient times, if you helped somebody in need, you were known as a parakletos or paraclete. Jesus Christ is our paraclete, a present help in time of trouble. Jesus came on the scene to counsel a world that had lost its way. He came to bring life. He came not to condemn, but to save. He came as a paraclete, a helper. The discussion in John 14 arises out of the anxiety the disciples experience as Jesus tells them his earthly ministry is drawing to a close. The paraclete is leaving the scene. He's saying farewell to his disciples. Into this situation of anxiety over the future, a future seemingly bereft of help, Jesus brings this word of promise. And I will pray the Father, and he will give you another paraclete to be with you forever, even the Spirit of truth. According to the Gospel of John, the Holy Spirit functions in ways that are parallel to or identical to those of Jesus himself. The Holy Spirit does today what Jesus did in his earthly ministry. So if you wonder what the Holy Spirit looks like, the Holy Spirit is an advocate that looks a whole lot like Jesus, which means that we've actually seen the Spirit lots of times. Anytime, in fact, someone stands up for another, anytime someone acts like Jesus, anytime someone bears the love of Christ to another, we've seen the Holy Spirit. No wonder then that Jesus says, you know him. Because as it turns out, the Holy Spirit at one time or another has probably looked a lot like you, even a lot like me, and definitely a lot like each and all of us when we do these things. The Holy Spirit sends us forth then as messengers of God's love to the poor, the unemployed, the young and the elderly, the sick and the rejected, the unhappy, the sorrowful, the lonely, and the dying. Who is there to say to them, I will not leave you as orphans. I will not abandon you. Well, God says it can be us. For we're the ones whom God entrusts with the good news. We're the ones sent forth with his love. And when we make sacrifices out of love for others, forgiving, being forgiven, and working towards reconciliation in our relationships, the Holy Spirit looks a lot like us. When we advocate through the hospitality we show to all who come through our doors, we and the Holy Spirit look alike. Every time we give voice to those deemed voiceless by our society or journey with persons who seek to grow into deeper relationship with God or nurture disciples of love, we show what the Holy Spirit looks like. I will not leave you, says Jesus. I will not abandon you. I will send you a counselor, an advocate, a comforter, a friend who will care for you, who will offer you hope when there is none to be found, help when you're helpless, comfort when you can find none, and life in the face of death. The Holy Spirit is God's gift to us in our baptism. The Holy Spirit is God's presence in life. The Holy Spirit is Christ's gift to us and the promise to all the faithful. As we live into his commandments to love all as he loved us, the Holy Spirit will bear witness through us to others of God's great love and purpose for the world.